and I had, because we had been working together for such a long time with different dance companies, we crossed paths many times. But what we found actually, that we were actually telling a lot of our stories in other people's works. So it was like, well, hang on a minute, that doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah.
Why don't we just tell our own stories, basically?
Okareka literally means bowl of sweetness. It's the name of a lake where I'm from. Tane came down to visit me once and loved the place, and thought that it'd be a good idea to call our company Okareka, bowl of sweetness, and we are bowl of sweetness, really.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
We are Maori, so we are inspired by our culture and our stories, what we have to tell, basically.
We're very fortunate enough in our culture that we have so much to draw on through our identity, through the culture, our stories that have been handed down through generations, and through our ancestors, and also our legends. We have incredible legends, and we have many. So depending on what production that we're trying to create, we will always follow it back to a legend or a myth that we know of within our culture, and then develop an idea around that. Oh, wow.
I need some shoes. I need some heels.
I've worn black and white trousers.
I'm wearing the wrong underwear. But, hang on, there's an upset necklace.
Oh my God. This here is about my creativity in dance. So it wraps around here and at my back. So down here, all the way down my leg, it describes basically my family and where they're from, and also ensuring that whatever pathway that I take, I'll always be looked after and guided, and always remain safe. So that's what these are about. And I love them. These are cool. Well, for us, the work that we create and the dance that we create comes from a very personal level. And so we wanted to sort of utilise all the experience that we actually gathered along the many years, which is a technical dance performance background, a kapahaka in a way, using song, our drag queen experience. All of those things have been incorporated into the work. Tama Ma is a very personal work. It's about us. It's about our life, our journey as young children growing up in our own hometowns, experiencing family life, having to go away from home for the very first time. These are experiences that we actually felt growing up.
Both Tane and I, without knowing it, when we were growing up, we would get changed into our school uniform in front of a heater, and it was a heater that both of us had in our homes, in the 60s and 70s. Both of us had the same heater, and we both used to get changed in front of it to go to school. And when we started kind of resourcing ideas for Tama Ma, this was one story that we both kind of went, oh my gosh, we have this, I did that too. So we decided to dedicate one of the sections to it, of us as growing up, getting changed in front of this heater, but also encompassing the growing up of the young child into a teenager and leaving home.
I always remember my childhood as being a happy one, being around family, food, marae. I was the youngest in the family, and I was very effeminate, and I was always mistaken for a girl when I was really little because my hair was long. As I was growing up, the Mete family were quite well known for being on the other side of the law. At one time, I had 4 brothers in the mongrel mob. And it wasn't really until high school that I was told by my friends, your family's got a reputation around Napier, which says that they're pretty staunch and be careful of them. But because I grew up in that life, I didn't really think any different of it. I never felt that I was encouraged to be affiliated with any gang from my brothers. But in saying that, I was a different kind of teenager.
Coming from a farming background, I think both parents hoped that I would become a farmer, but they obviously saw that I had this passion in dance. So being 20, they didn't mind. As long as I was happy, basically, that's what they said. As long as you're happy, we're happy. And I was happy, and I am. But I guess no one, myself including, knew that I would eventuate into a career in dance. When I was a little boy, I used to room with my sister Lynette, who's 3 years older than I am, and she got these pair of white beetle boots, that patent leather white, low heel boots that I just thought were fantastic. And the only time I could actually wear them was when she was asleep. So I used to wake up before Lynette would get up and put them on. And I used to love the sound that heels made on concrete. So I would go clipping along the path, wearing my sister's boots. And I got caught one morning by my mum. All I remember seeing was the Venetian blinds coming down and her eyes peeking through going, "Oh, what are you doing?"
One particular night, my mum was out and I actually went into her wardrobe, and she used to have this incredible blue velvet dress. It was zip-up back, and she had these incredible high heel pumps with this amazing heel. I waited for my mum to go out and I dressed up. And then I remember putting my hair up, because I had quite longish hair. And I walked the whole street periphery of Maraenui. I walked the whole outer blocks of Maraenui in this outfit. It would have been at 11 o'clock at night. And I just went out this door, across the street, all the way around the periphery of Maraenui, and walked back up the gate. And that was the most riskiest dress-up time I'd ever had in my life. And it was a thrill. We are drag artists, and we have been drag artists, and we've toured in drag, not literally, but we sort of, we've been in drag around different countries and throughout New Zealand, so that aspect we really wanted to loop into the show as well. So it's a plethora of different things about us. Cornisha's my alter ego, and at the early stages I didn't want to let my kids know that I was a drag queen.
Like, I know he's a queen, like raiding queen, and he's a dancer, but he's actually one of the most like grounded, straightest like parents you'll ever meet.
Okay, we're off. Okay.
He's really normal. I remember when me and my brother were really, really young. This was like in the beginning where we were kind of shy about the whole thing, and he was in full drag. I think it was Ty and Mika. And we were in this huge four-wheel drive, and everyone was like staring at us, these two raging queens and two little kids in the back.
That night, their mum rang. And then I heard both say, "Mummy, Mummy, guess what? Daddy's our other mummy as well, and he's got fantastic clothes."
Good times.
And then there was like, I remember him saying, "Mummy, Mummy, are you there?" So I can't remember if she hung up or whatever. And I remember sitting at the kitchen sink saying, "He didn't just say that, did he?" So that's when I kind of got sprung by...
Did they not know before that?
No.
Really?
Yeah, your mum didn't know then I was a drag queen.
our guest choreographer, Douglas Wright, who is a mentor of ours. And we approached him to choreograph a work. The first thing he said was, "Are you doing drag?" And we went, "Well, yeah, we are. We are doing drag in the show." And he went, "Great, because I want to tear the drag, I want to, de-drag you, basically." And we would tell him that by the end of the night, say 4 a.m., 5 a.m., when you've had your drag on for like 6 hours and your beard is starting to show through all that, it's not a pretty sight. And, you'd be walking home from a nightclub and you may have broken a heel and, all that kind of stuff. He was really interested in that because he knows us really, really well. So those are the stories he wanted to work from. So the audience will see us slowly going from all these beautiful drag queens to really haggard and ugly and, So it's a transition from female back to male, but it's also, as he slowly strip away the layers, it's like these drag queens are reborn again as young boys.
What we'd like the audience to get a sense of is that there is an unfolding about two people who have been together for a very, very long time, that separate but also come back.
So we believe that when we stand, we don't stand alone. We stand with our ancestors with us. They're always there with us. So in the final section, we pay homage to our fathers, who have both passed on. But not only to them, we pay homage to all our ancestors. So we invite them to come and dance on stage with us and to perform with us and to be with us. We dance very similarly. We have a very similar shape and aesthetic, but in saying that, we are also individual. But a lot of the time, Tani and I have a really innate kinetic energy connection that we could be on stage and not be looking at one another, but be doing exactly the same thing. And it's that fight to be individual and finding out that once we are individuals, we actually need each other to coexist, to survive.
Okay, let's go in here. Come on.
It's like a little breathing mask. You could actually wear it. It's a breathing mask.
Oh, these are quite cool, eh?
Yeah.
I kind of like these. These little training tapes. And this. Thank you.
I really think you should try this on though, Tani. Go on, be game. No.
Thank you.